dynamic microphones.
Right.
There's two main types of microphones, dynamics and condensers.
Right. Because George Kazakos, that's the one he would recommend for vocals.
This is the industry standard. It's like one of the best dynamics you can get. What dynamics means though is that it has a proximity effect, which means as you get closer, it gets louder. As you get further, it gets softer and almost inaudible. And depending on how much volume you're trying to getting out of this, like how much volume you have here and here, it gets to a point where, in about like a foot or two, it's very difficult to hear the sound. It's very difficult for the mic to capture the sound. Condenser mics, on the other hand, they usually tend to be a lot shorter, like almost like bullet-like. You might have seen them a lot shorter, and they're like, they don't have a grill like this big. It's usually like a pencil kind of shape. And those are meant to capture sound in a very narrow sort of area at a long distance. So like I could put a bullet mic here and point it at Jin, who's sitting across the room, and I could capture his voice.
I see. I see.
And nothing else but whatever that line. So these mics, these are mics for you to speak into them like this.
I see.
So if you put them out, you might be able to get a good balance where you're pushing them all relatively, high, but combined together, they could give you a sound. And depending on if your singers are singing really loud, like if they can project really well, they can still capture. But they're not meant for that. So because they're not meant for that, you can't get the ideal sound that you want. When you see a choir on a video, a DVD, or a performance, and they're coming to the PA and you're seeing that they're not being mic'd, you're going to see that somewhere, either from the top or the bottom, somewhere you have these condenser mics that are placed and they are capturing that sound.
I see.
So if you have one, ideal. If not, you can try to use them. Again, it's not perfect. You can try to find a blend of the three mics that you can get, position them in a way where they're pointed directly towards the people who are loudest maybe, or a section is the loudest. And try to capture a little bit of sound like that. But it won't be ideal, and it won't be as loud as you might want, because these are not meant for that. These are meant to, these are handheld mics. You just hold them and sing them as close as possible.
I see.
Yeah, there might be something.
The white condenser.
Ideal.